Hi, this is Joe DiMaio from FantasyPlayersEdge.com with your weekly fantasy baseball tip to assure that you have all the insights that you will need to get the edge and win your league. Let's chat about spot players. Prudent use of spot players, specifically on offense, can have a significant impact on scoring week over week in head-to-head formats. They're particularly useful to assure quality at-bats when starters have a day off or a minor injury. It's worth the investment of time to thoroughly review the historical data on various players versus potential pitching matchups while searching for an edge. Pitching rotations are typically announced 3 days in advance, so it's relatively quick and simple to view a player's performance against a group of pitchers prior to making a decision on the viability of the spot player before deciding whether to deploy this player for an injured starter. For a one-day spot play, this depth of analysis is not necessary. Try to utilize spot players who can also make a contribution in tough categories such as steals or a category where your opponent has a distinct advantage. If you're leading by 6 in home runs but trailing in runs and steals, it's better to add a top-of-the-order type rather than a slugger. When searching for spot players, try to use players who are doing well and may have added incentive to play above their heads in a given matchup. This type of play comes around infrequently, so pay attention to minute details such as mid-season trades. The spot player has a different role in rotisserie formats. Of course, they're still invaluable when injuries occur, but they have increased value when veteran players have routine days off. Older players are frequently rested on day games following a late night game. It's imperative that you identify which players on your roster follow this trend. Anticipating this type of spot player opportunities a day in advance can assure that quality at-bats are achieved at a given position rather than starting an inactive key player. Well, there you have it. Put your opponent, regardless of the format, in a tough spot by recognizing and utilizing spot players. On the long road to your league championship, it always pays to be Johnny on the spot. I'm Joe DiMaio with FantasyPlayersEdge.com, here to assure that you get the edge and win your league.